And we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to West Ham Fan TV Live and Uncut. We had a bit of an unscheduled week off last week, Ryan.
Do you know what? It weren't until about 11 o'clock that night I thought to myself, shit, it's Thursday. I think it's because we had the game the night before, didn't we? It just completely went out of my head. But it was my daughter's birthday as well, so...
To be honest, mate, I'd lost track of the days by that time because of the Christmas break and all that sort of stuff. But how are you, mate? Anyway, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. I'm enjoying the Moyes era so far. So, yeah, it's all good. All good so far. You?
To be honest with you, it's been decent, isn't it? You can't knock it.
Yeah, I mean, 2 wins, 6 goals, none conceded. Take away the first half from the Gillingham game. It's been decent football to watch.
Yeah, there's been some, some decent football to watch in three halves, I would say.
There's been a big change. There's been a big change at West Ham, and it's at the moment it's enjoyable. But the big test is going to be tomorrow night against Sheffield United.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not looking forward to that one, to be quite honest with you. We ain't going to actually make it to the game, which is very rare for West Ham Fan TV, as we couldn't get time off of work.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's the beginning of the year. This is my first week back at work as well, so I had no chance of getting time off.
Hello to everyone in the chat. 250 odd people so far joining as we go. Well, you've seen the title of the video, guys. Gedson Fernandes has been agreed. Now, this has been swallowing up my timeline all day, Ryan, because it's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Because of the way it's gone. I mean, I couldn't make head nor tail of it through most of the day.
Yeah, it's been taking up most of your timeline for the last 2 weeks, really, isn't it? I mean, 1 minute Chelsea coming in with a last-minute bid, and then apparently it was agreed that it was an 18-month loan deal to West Ham, and then we buy him for 33 million, but now it's an 18-month loan deal, and we don't buy him at all. I'm a bit mixed with the deal because I know he's an exciting young talent, but it'd be nice if he comes in and he settles and that, and he's doing well for West Ham, and then he leaves the club. You know what I mean? In 18 months' time. So it's a bit of a stepping stone, which I know West Ham have been a stepping stone for certain players down the years, but I'd like to think that we're not that sort of club no more. And I'd rather buy someone who's going to come in now and spend the next 3 or 4 years at West Ham building something than just using us as a sort of stepping stone, because he comes in, as I said, he plays well, and then you're going to have bigger teams sniffing around him.
Yeah, it's a strange one for me because the rumours on Tuesday, Wednesday, is he's going to come with an obligation to buy, which I'm not too keen on either. I mean, if there's an obligation to buy him after 18 months? What is the point of taking him on loan? You might as well just buy him. But yeah. I'm the same as you, really. I would like to have seen at least a first refusal. But to be honest, we haven't seen the actual details of the deal yet. But you have to look at an 18-month loan when we're crying out to build a squad, and that's not building a squad, isn't it? It's just borrowing a player for a year and a half.
Yeah, as you said, we ain't seen the full contract or the term details yet, so we don't know. There might be an option to buy at the end. It might be a little bit more than the 33 million. But if it's anything like what Chelsea are going to pay, 55, if he's that much of a talent and he does well for 18 months, then West Ham are going to pay that money. But I'm the same. You want to start building a squad, especially. I mean, David Moyes has got a good squad there. He's come into a better squad than what he come into before. He just wants to add a few players in January to get us through this season, keep us up. I think we're going to stay up anyway. I've got no doubts about that. Hopefully have a good cup run. Finish the second half of the season on a high, and then in the summer, David Moyes can start making it his own squad. Added a few more of his sort of players into the squad.
What do you make of the Joe Allen transfer?
Yeah, look, the thing is with Joe Allen, he's at Stoke now, so he's out of the spotlight. We don't really see him that much, but I'll take him over Sanchez all day long. I mean, the way some fans are kicking off on social media about him, he's 30 years old. he played for Liverpool. He played nearly 100 odd games for Liverpool, so he's not a bad player. I know he wasn't in a great Liverpool team, but you know, I don't know. It's a bit of a mix. As I said, I think he's an upgrade on Sanchez. So if we can bring him in just to replace Sanchez, that's got to be a better option.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, people keep on going on about, you know, he's not the level of player we need. We go from one extreme to the next. That's the thing I would say about West Ham, and you've got to slowly start to improve on what you've got. And
so
you know, I'm not being horrible on that, mate, but I've got a couple of soft toys over there that would be better off in the midfield than Sanchez. Do you know what I mean? So you have to sort of slowly but surely replace. But I do understand some people's gripes about him. We're lacking.
Yeah, see,
pace.
I'm thinking more Joe Allen to come in now because we need someone to sort of help Noble and Rice. I'm not saying Joe Allen's coming in to build for future seasons, but for this season and maybe next season, if we can get him on the cheap, then I think it'll be a good sort of option. But if there's other options out there, then yeah, we've obviously got to look at them because Joe Allen probably. I mean, I'd rather have a John Joe Shelby than a John Allen. Or you got who's the other Newcastle boy, Isaac Hayden as well. Hayden, yeah. We've been linked with him, and I think he's only 24, 25, so he'd be a good option. But it's what West Ham we need to stop. I know we want to think about the future and that, but we need to make sure that we're still a Premier League team next season. So we need to come in, get a couple of players in just to help the likes of Noble and Declan Rice out.
Let's take some comments. Potter's Bar under 16 club could be sold in 18 months with no clawback on London Stadium deal. Loan makes sense if selling. Liam Bishop says, Ryan, me and you are wearing the same shirt right now. Very happy about that, I'm sure. Mark Murphy McSherry says, everyone, what's the score for tomorrow? We'll get to the Sheffield United game a little bit later. Kent Hammer says, no for Joe Allen, got a lot of his small type. He hasn't got any pace. That's the thing that worries me. He hasn't got any pace.
It fit him well at West Ham then, because most of them ain't got pace.
You've got to change it, right? You've got to change the dynamic of the side, and he hasn't got any pace. He is a decent player though. Lee Oakman says, evening lads, how's it going? We're going well, Lee.
Evening, Lee.
James Gunn says, behave, Ryan. You moan about building for the future and then think Allen is a good signing.
I just said literally 2 minutes ago that I didn't say Allen was for the future. I'm on about now. I'm on about right now. You can't keep thinking about the 2 or 3 seasons' time. Yes, I want youngsters to come in, but if we bring in loads of youngsters and it don't work out, sometimes you need an old head in midfield. And as I said, Joe Allen's not my first choice. I'd rather have a John Joe Shelby in there. I'd rather have an Isaac Hayden who we've been linked with. There's other midfielders as well, the Genk boy that we've been linked with. Yeah, of course I'd rather see them over Joe Allen.
Darren Jenkins says, David Moyes is saying everything fan wants to hear at the moment. Did he say all this the first time he was in charge as well?
One thing I would say about David Moyes is that I think you notice amongst the players, and I think that's what the most important thing is. The fans, we can be happy or we can be miserable. If the players are happy and they're happy with David Moyes, that's all that matters to me. And I think you've seen that just in the training ground, the laughing and joking. It looks a lot different than it was under Pellegrini 2 or 3 weeks ago. So if David Moyes is doing that and changing the squad spirit, then that's all that matters for me.
Tom Hatcher says, good work, lads. Come on your arms. Will Fernandes be better than Renato Sanchez? Renato Sanchez didn't work out at Swansea, did he? To be honest. No. And, he was an exciting young prospect, but just didn't work out. So that's somewhere where loans do help you, I suppose. LFC Man 23. Apparently, David Moyes is wanting to bring back Moran Fellaini. What are your thoughts on him? Not for me. I ain't got.
I'd rather have Carlos Sanchez.
Yeah. Amos Reed says, I agreed we need to have more transfer policy, buy younger players and build a squad for years to come. Somebody just asked me about my microphone. I've had this for a little while, mate. These are the ones we use for fan cams. I
think building for the future is more for in the summertime. Look, just as you put that up, I was thinking the same thing. I think it is building for the in the summer. You start building for the future.
Yeah, January is not a time to start building. It's a time unless someone comes up who is not going to come up again, which is very rare. It's not a time. It's a time to assess where you are this season rather than the next. What else we got? The game tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just quickly going on transfers as well, mate. I mean, Darren Randolph looks like he's rejoining the club. I think it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's come out that obviously Middlesbrough still owe us money for Randolph and Fletcher, so that's got David Sullivan signing written all over it. But look, Fabianski needs good backup. Roberto's not a good backup. David Martin, look, I know he come in, he done well, but he's not really going to be a second choice goalkeeper at West Ham, is he? He come in for more training ground, we know that. So Darren Randolph will give competition to Fabianski, but the thing is with Darren Randolph is that he's got the Euros and all that coming up. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because he knows he's going to be number 2 at West Ham.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's getting on a little bit. He obviously enjoyed his time at the club. He knows he's not going to get in over Fabianski unless someone gets injured. But he will be a solid number 2. He was a solid number 2 the last time around. I don't think he'll play as many games as he did last time around, but I'm happier with him than Roberto. I know David Martin is a lovely story and all of that, but long term wise, I think Randolph would be better. Probably owed us a bit of money. Probably ended up costing us a couple of million quid. I'm quite happy with that business, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it had to be done. We needed a new goalkeeper in whatever, whether it had been. I know we was offered Begovic as well from Bournemouth. And you had the old is it the Cardiff goalkeeper? I can't remember his name now.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. Was gone out of my head, but yeah, I know we was linked with him. But yeah, look, Randolph's a good number 2, but he's got. The worrying thing is that he's having 2 or 3 medicals. So how bad is his injury? I hope that he don't come in and then he's out for 3 or 4 weeks, because then what's the point?
Yeah. Well, reports are it's the same injury as the 2 goalkeepers we've got now have got, which is worrying.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sums it up, really, doesn't it?
Randomly waste of money, simple, says WHU Iron for Life. Danny Good says, what other positions do we need to reinforce? We need a striker. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, we definitely need a striker. We need a right back as well. I know Ben Johnson's on his way back. Fredericks is obviously out for 6 weeks now, but yeah, I think we definitely need a right back. I see rumours yesterday that Masuaku might be linked with a move away. I can't see that happening in January. Might happen in the summer, but not in January. But yeah, we definitely need a right back. We definitely need another centre midfielder, like a box-to-box midfielder. And as you said, a striker, someone to give Haller a bit of a challenge. Absolutely. Listen, it's hard in January, but my arguments about that is that they're not going to go and sign a right back because there isn't one off of our books just yet. I know they should, because Zabaleta's going to be he's going to be on his way in the summer, but. What do you feel like now Fredericks is out, right? Do you think Zabaleta can cope? Do we need to change formation just to give him a little bit more support? Yeah,
I think with Zabaleta, I don't think he can play right back, not in the Premier League. I mean, even against Gillingham, and this is no disrespect to the Gillingham players, but even they were getting past him with ease. I like Zabaleta; he's a great pro, but I just think maybe David Moyes might revert to a 3 at the back, Balbuena, Ogbonna, Diop, and play wing backs. Maybe Antonio when he's fit, but look, he's not fit at the moment, so someone else has to go in there. So it's difficult at the moment. As I said, tomorrow night's a big test for David Moyes because Antonio's out, Fredericks is out, so it's going to be a good test for him tomorrow.
Amos Track says, why is his tree still up? If you look behind me, my Christmas tree is still up. I just haven't had a chance to put it away. It's all got to go in a loft. I've got to put the lights away properly.
Mine's literally down there in all boxes, so I ain't even put mine
in
the loft yet.
I've got to go back to the loft and get the box out so I can put the tree and the lights away. But I was at Gillingham on Sunday, so I haven't had a chance. You know what I mean? Some of us are doing... bits and pieces on the road, Gio. Corey Kemp says Rice and Diop would be a different class of centre-back pairing. Darren Jenkins says, is it just me thinking we should go in there to win tomorrow night? Yes, Sheffield United have a good season, but they're having a dip in form and our team is better. Or am I just being biased? Of course we should be going there to win.
Yeah, I mean, if you offered most West Ham fans a point now, they'd probably take it because it's a great point at Sheffield United. As you said, Sheffield United. But there's no reason why we can't go there and get 3. There's no... And as I said, tomorrow night is going to prove a lot. And hopefully, if we picked up 3 points there tomorrow, then I think that would win over a lot of fans with David Moyes, because we're in a good run of form at the moment. I know it's only 2 games, but if you look at David Moyes' last 5 games for West Ham, he's unbeaten in 5. You know what I mean? So he's taken on that form from when he was last here as well. So it's going to be a difficult game. They're going to be up for it. You know, nighttime game. It's about who wants it more, and I think players like Anderson, Haller, Fornals, who's in great form at the moment, if they turn up tomorrow night, then Sheffield United are definitely there for the taking.
Absolutely, I agree, mate. It's going to be a bit of a test to see how we can cope without, because I'm hearing Antonio's still out. And, you know, we haven't coped very well without him. Now we're without a right back. It's going to be a testament to see how we can cope going forward, and maybe a little testament to see what we need to sign in the window. And you know, it might give the manager a few more ideas if we don't go up there and perform. But as we see against Bournemouth, we're more than capable of going to perform up there. Carl English, this is the weirdest Premier League standings I've ever seen in January. It's balmy, mate.
Yeah, I mean, a win tomorrow and we go 4 points behind Sheffield United, who I think are sitting in 8th or 7th place. So it's important because then we can get a little gap between us and the bottom 3. And plus, we obviously kick off tomorrow night, so we play before the Saturday game. So it puts pressure on if we win tomorrow, the teams below us, it puts pressure on them to get results. So as I said, I think it's gonna be a good game tomorrow. It could be a sort of high scoring game. It could be like a 3-2 or a 4-3 or something silly like that. But it's also going to test our players as well if we do go 1-0 down, to show the fight and the character of the squad. Because I think it was clear to see that Gillingham second half, that David Moyes had ripped into them at half time, because they come out a totally different team.
Yeah, absolutely. Ollie D, if we sign Gedson Fernandes tonight, when is the earliest the game he could play? Is there any rules involved in that? Well, it ain't going to be confirmed tonight, is it, mate? It's I think they've just agreed it. In principle tonight. There's still stuff to be done and crosses, T's to be crossed and I's to be dotted and all of that sort of stuff. So there's definitely not going to be any chance of it getting done tonight. I would imagine that you're looking for about a Monday or Saturday or something like that.
You're probably looking at, if he did
confirmation,
sign
maybe tomorrow,
the next couple of days. Yeah, then you're looking at he could make his debut against Everton.
Oh, we lost him.
Hello?
We lost you for a second there, mate.
I think we both went off there. What happened now?
No, I don't know. No, you just left.
Oh, sorry. It's a quick toilet break.
Fucking hell, that was quick. Do you remember our link with Neymar in 2010, says George Westwood?
Yeah. And do you know what? We was close to signing him.
It wasn't too far off, was it?
No, it wasn't too far off. But what do our scouts know, eh?
Darren Jenkins, tomorrow night will show us exactly how we are going to set up under Moyes, whether we attack teams and give it a go or just set up to defend and try to nick a draw. I think, do you know what? I think we've got the attacking players to go for teams.
Yeah, I think it's under Moyes. You've probably noticed that Anderson gets forward a lot more and has that sort of free role. And you remember when David Moyes first came into West Ham the last time, and Arnautovic, how he transformed him. If he could sort of transform Anderson into a similar sort of role, maybe not playing as far up top as he did in Arnautovic, but Anderson, when he gets that free role, he can create things. I mean, you look at some of his passing against Gillingham. I mean, he's balled to Masuaku to set up our first goal. Yeah. It was world class, you know. It was only that it was against Gillingham. It's probably went unnoticed by some people. But if that was in the Premier League against Liverpool, everyone would be raving over it. So he's got that in his locker. We know that. And Sebastian Haller as well. I think he's going to be a threat tomorrow night. And as I said, Fernandes, I can't speak highly enough of Fernandes at the moment. He's really picked up his game, and I think his last 5 games, he's got 3 goals and 4 assists or something like that.
Snazzy TV says, Nicky, when are you lads going to go full-time on YouTube? Some people go full-time when they have like 10k subs. You guys have nearly 50k. Keep it up. A lot of people that do this is a lot younger than us, mate. We're older people with a lot of responsibilities like children and mortgages and things like that. We can't just up sticks and give it a go. I don't think it'd be a good risk, to be honest with you. We need to get more money in. That's for sure, whether that be through sponsors or whatnot. Forever Blind Bubble says, do you think, if you want to help us do that, we'll go and buy some T-shirts. Forever Blind Bubble, link in the description down below, by the way. Forever Blind Bubbles, do you think Moyes will change tactics depending on what team we play, unlike Pellegrini?
Yeah, I think every manager has to. I mean, Pep Guardiola does it for City. Klopp does it for Liverpool sometimes. You have to adapt to the team you're playing. I mean, we're not going to set up the same against say a Norwich at home to play a Man City away. You know, you do set up, but you just got it's game by game, and you've got to look at their players as well and their dangers and things like that. So yeah, you got to set up different for different games.
Kassam Ali Khan says, what do you think of Diop leaving? Rumours of £40 million from Chelsea. I wouldn't let him go for £40 million. That's for sure.
I wouldn't let him go at all, not to Chelsea anyway.
Do you know what? If there was promises of buying another top striker and all that, I might think about it. Diop he's a funny one. He's a good player and he's got good prospects in that, but it's just prospects at the moment, and sometimes he makes some horrendous mistakes. If we could swap a defender for an attacker, I would do that all day long, but that's just my preference, to be quite honest with you. I like attacking players. Stop asking him stupid questions, for fuck's sake, said Casamalica. I don't know what anyone's asked me nothing. Hope signing for Fellaini this transfer window is not true. I think wherever David Moyes go, it's going to be linked with that. I don't think there's anything in it. Matt Powell says, I'll say 50 mil plus Mishi.
Oh, Batshuayi. Yeah, I mean, there's your 50 million and your striker.
Diop can't leave. He needs time. 65 mil at least.
Well, we was linked with he was linked with Man United last summer, weren't they? And people were saying they was going to bid 65, 70 million, and people were saying no, we should have more than that. So yeah, hold on to him. He's only young. He had a great season last year. This season's been a bit in and out of the team, but it's how he develops from here.
Snazzy TV says 60 mil plus Kante, and we'll think about it. Anything else on transfers, mate, or can we move on?
I think that's it, really, mate. I mean, I get a bit bored of transfers than you. Like, it's just the same thing every day on Twitter. People arguing. Players ain't even come in the club yet, and they're already slating them. So, what chance they got?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's the worst time of year for me, transfer season, because you have to sift through the bullshit to reach the truth. For one, all these in the know scrambling over each other to tell everyone that they'd fucking told everyone first, which is I don't like. I don't like, as I say, people just saying no, fucking don't let him in, don't let him. Excuse me. When people we don't want him, we don't need this, we don't need that, and anyone that opposes them, they're telling them they're fucking mental and all that sort of thing. It just does my head in, to be honest with you.
Yeah, sometimes I want these players to come in just to shut a few fans up and prove them wrong. I'd love to see someone like Joe Allen come into West Ham and do absolute bollocks.
Yeah, I know. So would I. David G, do you send Nicky? Do you send T-shirts to Switzerland? We send them all around the world, mate. The only place we don't send them is the United Arab Emirates, I believe, because of some sort of shipping tax or whatever. Anyone read any good articles lately? Anyone the 10-point pledge?
Do you know what? It's just come up on Sky Sports News that West Ham want to sign Mario Delaney.
Oh God!
On the yellow bar at the bottom. I thought I was fucking seeing things then. He's a Chinese team, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to come back round. All that's on Sky Sports News at the moment is Harry Kane getting injured, but I'll wait for it to come back round.
Hammers Chat says, anyone read any good articles lately? Anyone the 10-point pledge? Have you read this on Claret and you?
Oh, what, when he was going through it, saying pass and all that, yeah.
Oh, God damn.
Marianne Fellaini from Shandong Luang.
Oh, well. Nothing like a bit of energy and youth in the side, is there?
Someone ring up Joe Allen.
Yeah, fucking get Joe Allen on the blower quickly. Yeah, it's ridiculous, Ryan. This, fucking. I spoke to Sean recently, and we sort of ironed out a few of our differences. But fuck me, he's got some fucking tongue to be rimming them for sort of fucking through that 10-point pledge. I tell you. If anyone is interested, I've done a podcast yesterday. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, and Podbean with a guy that calls himself Love Golden Sully. He's a pro bald person. We had a little bit of a debate. It's quite an interesting one, Ryan. Have you listened to that yet?
I ain't had a chance to listen to it. I'll listen to it on my way to work tomorrow in the car. It
was very interesting. We had a little back and forth and all that. He made some good points. He spoke well. Didn't convince me though, if I'm honest.
What was it? So it weren't a fake account. Then it was.
No, this is what we was trying to get back to the. This is what we was trying to get to the bottom of. Is he a fake account? The only thing I ran out of time in the end because we was meant to have another half an hour, but we was half an hour late, and I really had to leave. And we ran out of time. We had some questions for him and all that sort of stuff. But I wanted to press him on his Twitter because, he came on to that podcast and he's a young kid and he's got his opinion and all that. And we're all about opinions, Ryan. We're not going to, we're never going to, I always said we'll give every Hammers fan a platform to speak on. And, it might be an unpopular opinion, but it's opinion, to be quite honest with you. And we give him a chance. He spoke very well. But the thing that lets him down is he made some really good points, actually. Points that I hadn't thought of, and I made points to him that he hadn't thought of. The only thing that let him down is the way I'm looking at the tweets. His tweets are just designed to rustle people and argue with people. And if you've got points, make them in a way that's not going to upset people.
Well, I don't understand. Saying that, in a way, I can sort of understand it because our abusive Twitter can be, but if he really feels like that, then why has he got a sort of fake profile picture? Why don't he just say, like, this is me, this is what I believe in, I like Golden Sullivan. If you don't like it, I mean, it's where it is. It's all about opinions, isn't it, and choices.
The thing is, I do understand in some ways why that some people have them fake accounts, especially
it's what I say. I suppose you can say like ex-employee why he don't reveal himself because of the abuse that you do get. I mean, even though X does a fantastic job, and he's 9 times out of 10, well, I say 9.5 times out of 10, he's almost spot on to the point. So he's a reliable source. So you can understand why he don't post his picture. But then I think if someone like the Golden Sullivan account, if you do like Golden Sullivan, then why shouldn't you like have your picture on?
But it comes with it does come with it's downfalls. If you're an unpopular thing, there's so many trolls on Twitter. But my point would have been to him, Ryan, is that he he doesn't tweet in a way that seems genuine, and he's got so many people thinking he's a fake account. Because of the way he tweets and the over exuberance in the praise for the ball and all that sort of thing, and you're not really making a difference or your opinion heard if you're doing it like that. Jake Adams says, Nicky and Ryan, what are your score predictions for tomorrow?
I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham.
I'm going to say 1-0.
I'm going to say 2-1 West Ham, and I'm going to say Sebastian Haller to score both.
I'm going to say 1-0.
And no, I ain't been drinking.
I'm going to say 1-0, just because
I think it's going to be a tough game. And do you know what? I want us to win tomorrow, but I'd also like to see us go 1-0 down just to see our response and how we react to that. But I'd take a late 1-0 win now. I just want the 3 points. Just want to keep this momentum going under David Moyes. It seems that since he's come in, it was very... people were very vocal about his appointment on Twitter and social media. So if he can start winning some of the fans around, keep this unbeaten run going. I know we're not going to win every game this season. We know that. We are going to lose games. But it's about when you lose, how quick you can pick up a run and pick up 3 points again.
Jake Jury, Nicky, do you think we'll play 5 at the back tomorrow? Yes, I do. I think we will, because I think it will give Zabaleta a little bit more protection. Having another centre back in there. I've got to read this. Neil from Down Under says, "Hi David. Yes, all good here. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Far enough away from any fires. As you know, that Australia is in a deep shit at the minute with a lot of fires and stuff, and you've seen some things over there. So I wish everyone that is on Australia, I hope you are all well and safe and everything else. And
terrible.
Yeah, I know that you've got family members over there, Ryan. So we wish everyone all the best over there, and hopefully it can all get sorted out very, very quickly. Right, well, I'm getting to the end of it, mate. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. The only other thing I can think of is obviously rumours that Joe Cole's going to be joining the coaching squad, which I like. I like the sound of it. I said it when David Moyes was appointed. If you go back through my tweets, I said that he should appoint someone like Joe Cole, because I heard Joe Cole speak on BT Sport about West Ham and would be interested in the job. So I think it'd be good, especially for the youngsters coming through.
Do you know what I did want to talk about? I wanted to talk about something else, mate. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, no, I just think, obviously we know Stuart Pearce won't be joining the...
That's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say, I'm a bit... I can understand... I mean, David Moyes wants his backroom staff, then they should give him his backroom staff. But, I mean, I don't personally think what Stuart Pearce said was that wrong, really. I don't really think he said anything bad. I think it was basically that David Gold was more the one that he see around the club more, and he never met Sullivan and Brady, which I find weird, really, because during that time we had 3 meetings with Brady, so we see Brady more than what Stuart Pearce did. So I do find that weird.
Yeah, it's the thing is, it's not too much damning criticism, right? Is it? By just saying I didn't see him, and like the thing that worries me is that already. The manager's just walking through the door. He obviously wants Stuart Pearce to join him. He was there last time. And already they're undermining him, saying, no, we don't want him because he's criticised us in the past and all that. Sometimes you just have to swallow your pride, mate. Do you know what I mean?
I have also heard as well that some of the players didn't really take to Stuart Pearce last time. So
I can imagine why.
Yeah, it's a mixed one, but maybe, I love seeing ex-players involved at West Ham. Ginger Pele obviously was a player that was let down by the club at the end of his career. Maybe give him a sort of job there.
Yeah, I think he would be good. Station 3576. Joe Cole said he would walk to West Ham if you wanted him. He don't have to, mate. I'll go and pick him up in me Renault. Again.
I'd love Joe Cole at West Ham, but then it's who David Moyes wants at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I can sit here and say I want Julian Dix, Kevin Nolan, and all that to come in, but
right, we're going to make this part of the show for the next 8 minutes, 7 minutes and 10 seconds, parts where we're just going to read comments. So if you've got anything to say and want us to talk about, do it now before it gets to 40 minutes. Right, Andy Lee says, why isn't Gold or Sully making any comments or make an appearance on these fan chats? It would go down really well, perhaps a lot of crap, but they deserve it and need answers to some of the questions. Andy, your guess is as good as ours, mate. We've offered and offered and offered. He doesn't want to take any tough questions. Ryan?
Yeah, no, I totally agree, mate. You've offered him before a chance to come on this platform and answer questions, but they won't. They won't. So it's not even worth entertaining it anymore, is it? Really?
Jake Adams says James Collins should have had a testimonial. Absolutely. Ian Cook says Sully can give it but can't take it. Beat on the eye. The Donis 47 says Reed and Cardoso don't look Premier League ready, so we need Diop to back up Ogbonna and Balbuena. Plus, he is the future. Absolutely, I agree with that. Archie Hurwitz says, who's your lineup for tomorrow? I'm not going through the lineup, mate. Fucking hell. Forever Blowing Bubbles says, anyone remember Joe Cole with his red J as his hair?
That was Southend away pre-season, wasn't it, or something like that?
I remember that. And do you know what else I remember? I remember a big poster being in the Lakeside shop of that in about that time. Danny Middleton says there's a big waiting list of West Ham fans for season tickets. Is an away season ticket got a waiting list? I believe it has, mate. Yes.
Yeah.
Kent Hammer says, listen to your podcast today. The other bloke's Liverpool comment were a joke. I thought. well, that's his opinion. You know what I mean? I can't.
What did he say?
He reckons that Liverpool's owners are the second worst in the league.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind them.
Yeah, exactly. Lionel Pyatt says, thanks for the ticket at Palace. Shame about the result. I don't know who's talking to there. I'll never give him any tickets at Palace. Spurs or Millwall, says Tom Cooper.
Next.
Yeah, I'm not making a choice there. David Bredman, what's your views on sign Fellaini rumour? I'm going to have to look at it, mate, because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hearing it. Next. Nicholas Shira, who broke the Haller deal, has just tweeted that Fernandes is a done deal with a 36 million euro future clause. I hope that's true, because that would shut us up.
West Ham, David Sullivan offer 35.
yeah, he would. Yeah.
We tried our best. We couldn't scrape that extra million together. Jack Sullivan needed a new swimming pool.
Opinions on a rumour of Fellaini. Next, Colin should have a statue.
Colin should have a statue. Bobby Moore and that ain't even got a statue over West Ham yet.
Tim Cummins says, will we ever see Reed back?
He was on the bench for the Gillingham game, wasn't he?
I don't think as the player you knew him. Anderson more central tomorrow. Play Lanzini wide. Absolutely. Can you get an away season ticket if you've ever been to an away game before? I think you can.
Yeah. I think I don't know.
You'd be hard pressed. You'd be hard pressed to get one. I think.
I'll tell you what. If you do get one, then put the lottery on as well the same day.
No one ever knows if Fernandes is any good. Just another young player being hyped up by Benfica and his agent linking him to United, Chelsea, making him look good. Berge would be a much better option.
That's the Genk player that I was trying to think of earlier. Do you know what? That's a great comment as it goes. I mean, everyone, you see it with West Ham fans on Twitter. As soon as we get linked with someone like Maxi Gomez, they was begging for Maxi Gomez. Get Maxi Gomez. Get Maxi Gomez. Half of them never even see him play. It's just because he's got like a great sounding name and he sounds like a good player. But from what I've seen of highlights of this Fernandes, he does look a good talent, a good prospect. But at the moment, is that gonna be enough to get into our first team?
Fucking hell! If Sanchez is getting in it, mate, I think you'd have a good shot.
No, but I mean, like, will he come in as a starter? Can you see him getting in front of does he look like someone that when we're down the bottom is gonna pull his socks up and stick his foot in? I don't know. I can't judge the lad. It's hard. So let's just get him to the club and then we'll see. We'll take it from there.
Poo 22 says, do you think that we'll stay up this season? Yes, I do. Forever Blind Bubbles, what do you think about Liverpool fans have a lot of tickets in the home end? It's down to West Ham to sort out, mate.
I actually see this Facebook group and I tweeted it out. I think it's a disgrace that they're allowed to. No, I think what it was like. Now I've seen away fans sit in the home end before. As long as they keep themselves to themselves, don't wear colours and don't celebrate if their team scores, I ain't really got that much of a problem with it. Depending on who it is, you want to have London rivals sitting with you, but the way they was boasting on that, we're taking over West Ham in, boasting all their seats, numbers and things like that. I know the club have acted and they've cancelled most of the tickets, but some of them have got through. But if they're going to sit there and with their Liverpool shirts on celebrates, then they've got to take what comes. Because if West Ham are losing 3 or 4-0, then
it's not going to be pretty, is it?
No.
Matt Powell says, Nicky, any news on your forfeit yet? Look, that's not for me to sort out, mate. These boys have got to sort it out.
I forgot all about that. Thanks for reminding us, Matt.
George Westwood says, where do you think we'll finish? And who is your ideal signing or signings? Oh, fucking Messi and Ronaldo, but we're not going to get them.
Well, I think we'll finish. I fancy us to finish top 10. I think around 10th, 9th, something like that. As for the signings, I don't know. You sit here all night talking about signings, can't you, really?
Absolutely. Dia, what do you think about putting a bid in for Piatek?
Well, they was just talking about him on Sky Sports News being linked with Spurs now because obviously Harry Kane's out for the season. It looks like so.
We'll see.
It's going to be interesting with. It's going to be interesting to see how Mourinho acts now at Spurs because if Daniel Levy don't spend. I mean, he hasn't won in his last 5 games. I didn't realise that until they was just talking about it.
We're running out of time. James Fever, will Winston Reid ever play for us again? We've spoken about that already. Station 3576. Who else has heard Jack Sullivan was negotiating our transfer deals?
I think that come out that it was just rumours, wasn't it? And I can't see that happening.
Mm.
Then again, he can't be any worse than his dad.
Archie Hurwitz says, can Fernandes play against a physical team tomorrow? Absolutely, he can. He's proven one of the players that can get physical, and he's been in fantastic form lately. So I would keep him in the team, no doubt about it. Kent Hammers, listen to your podcast today. The other blokes' Liverpool comments were a joke, I thought.
You read that one out already, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just coming around again. I think people just keep on spamming them because they don't hear them.
We answered that one.
I'm so mixed on Fernandes. I think he'd be a great addition, but I'm so disappointed that we did usual West Ham and don't include an option to buy, especially if he does well. Right, that's 40 minutes.
Well, we don't know, do we? We don't know.
Well, someone just said that there's a rumour that there is an option now.
Yeah, we don't know the clauses and that, so let's just get him in and then we can find out.
Thank you very much for joining us on this edition of West Ham Fan TV Live and Uncut. We'll be back next Thursday, of course. We won't be back with the fan cams this week because we're not there. We might do a little live watch along or something like that if you're about. Catch us with that. Hopefully, we'll get some of the fans' reactions from Bramall Lane when they, if they can send them to us via mobile phone. We'll upload them. But there's a preview up right now. There's a podcast out right now. Happy New Year, everyone. It's the first one since the New Year, so Happy New Year. I hope you had a good one, had a good Christmas and all that sort of stuff. Follow us on the socials. Go and buy our T-shirts. They're great. We've got some new designs coming out at the end of the month well, let's just say it's a bit of an anniversary of the FA Cup T-shirt, the one that we've got coming out, so we'll see. Let me just click this one up. National, the Challenger. Will Post-Match Pint be back? Post-Match Pint will be back for the 18th of January for the Everton game. So please,
fingers crossed in a new venue that we can't really say now because we don't want to. We'll reveal the venue when you see the first Post-Match Pint. So
yeah, when we do
crossed.
what we'll do is when we get it up and running and all that sort of stuff, we'll do a video which is like behind the scenes of Post-Match Pint to show how we. How hard we work and what goes into making them and all that sort of stuff.
And you might see Dan dip his hand in his pocket and buy a beer for us.
Yeah, that's never happening. But thank you very much for joining us, guys. We'll be back next week, as I say. One thing left to say, Ryan.
Cut in your irons.
Cut in your irons.
Yeah.
I always do that. It's a double press of the end.